Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Google Cloud of Japan Managing Director Shinichi Abe.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for waiting. Welcome, and also thank you very much for joining us at the Google Cloud Next Tokyo. Interested in this conference and spending your precious time with us at this conference fall, we feel so honored to have you all here. For 2 days, we are going to have a Google Cloud Next Tokyo. During 2 days, we are going to provide you lots of information about the new product and also surprising information. I am speaking from Tokyo Prince Hotel, but we have a new layout for this Cloud Next Tokyo because we have 2 different conference hall at Tokyo Prince Hotel and also Park Tower. Okay, I can also see the people in Prince Park Tower. So this is a new trial for us. So let me continue. As you know, the Google Cloud, among all different types of cloud computing services, is making a record of the highest growth. The Google have given a birth to 8 different services for more than 1 billion users. And the Google Cloud is operating a private computer network to provide 8 different businesses on it. And at the same time, we also produce lots of major components: networking, data storage, management, security, artificial intelligence. We've been leading the world with all these cutting-edge technologies. The mission of Google is to organize information, but the Google Cloud mission is to provide a platform to make use of those information. So, with the utmost capability, whatever the IT assets you have, we commit ourselves to support you to work in the computing and also AI. So now I would like to talk a little bit about the aspect of Google Cloud here in Japan. Last few years, the Japanese enterprises have been voicing us that they want to go through reform in the digitalization with Google. And we hear that, the growing voices from Japanese enterprise. Last year at Next Tokyo, we have seen the cases of a demand forecast of a Family Mart and also image recognition of a QP. We shared the quality control using AI and ML. And at the Family Mart, that we've seen the real-time communication and also collaboration based on G Suite. In other words, culture transformation of a company. And even since last year's Next, we've seen lots of cases at the enterprise level, and we've seen the acceleration of having a great collaboration with Google and also Japanese corporation, and we are going to see much more this year. When it comes to digital gaming industry, the GCP has been used not just for backend servers, but also game servers. And also, the spanner, which is only unique to Google, is utilized by the enterprise so that they can provide a very unique experience to the users. Now, partner community of Google Cloud is dramatically expanding. And at the same time, varieties of partners are onboarding our community. And also we see more and more collaboration among partners in the ecosystem. So we see the truly diversified ecosystem. And again, that will be touched upon by the speakers in the keynote speeches. So many customers, partners, and developers are giving so much interest to the Google Cloud. The last year, 13,000 people visited Next Tokyo. The number have doubled this year. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, we are holding this year's Next Tokyo both in Tokyo Prince Hotel and also Park Tower Hotel so that everyone can take time and make sure that they can see the services and innovations, data analytics, IoT, infrastructures. Those who are interested in contents, please come to the Park Tower. G Suite, securities, the people who are interested in the business-oriented contents, please come to Tokyo Prince Hotel. In both hotels, we have the same sessions, we have exhibition space. We have a shuttle bus going back and forth between two conferences. I hope that you will visit both of them so that you can experience new cloud world. Now, let's move on to the next session, which is the speaker, the CEO of Google Cloud, Ms. Diane Green, who is in Prince Park Tower.
Please welcome Diane Green.
Hello. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. And thank you, Abe-san. Thank you so much to all of you for coming to Google Cloud Next here in Tokyo, both in the auditorium and also through the live stream. We are just completely thrilled to be at capacity at 24,000. As Abe-san said, double last year. 2 years ago, I was here, it was 2,000 people. It is such an honor to be here with you, and I always love visiting Tokyo and being in Japan. So the cloud, it is an unprecedented phenomena that's going on in IT. And Google, as one of the first and leading internet companies, was built as a technology company, is a technology leader for the cloud. Our mission at Google is to pull, at Google Cloud, is to pull all of Google's amazing technology and put it to work for you in a way that's easy for you in your companies to adopt. We want to make it easy for you to transform your businesses, save you money, of course, and open up major new opportunities that only the cloud can provide. We've got a lot of Googlers here today over the next 2 days. Please stop them. They want to talk with you. They want to hear from you, answer your questions, and they want to learn more about what we can do for you. We've been so excited by the growth here in Japan, and because of that, we've been greatly increasing our investments here. And now I want to highlight 5 areas of investment that we've made in just the last year. First, back in 2016, we opened our first regional center in Tokyo. And then 8 months ago in February, we announced a second region that will open in Osaka, Japan. This is our 7th region in the Asia Pacific. The 2 Japan-based regions will ensure fast access and, of course, superior disaster recovery in the case of natural disasters, all within Japan. We're so proud and pleased to be able to offer this to you. Second, we announced that we're installing undersea cables throughout the region, including more fiber to better connect Japan and Australia. We completed our partner interconnect, and this enables partners and customers to connect through private IP addresses. We also recently announced Tokyo region availability of BigQuery, which is our highly scalable and performant data warehouse. Customers like HSBC and others use BigQuery to do things that once took days, weeks, and they're doing it in minutes. This changes the game. With BigQuery here, customers in Japan can locally store and analyze data, and we look forward to helping you develop new artificial intelligence models connected to BigQuery that can enable you to gain even more insights. So when HSBC, which is the global bank, moved to BigQuery from their on-premise environment, as an example, they were running risk analysis. It actually took 12 hours to run overnight, and now they do it in 15 minutes. And another consumer hospitality company found that their customer segmentation analysis takes only 10 minutes in BigQuery, and that's down from what was taking them 10 days on-premise. So we're really pleased to have this local, amazing data warehouse here in Japan now. And then finally, I'm pleased to announce that we now offer training and documentation in Japanese. So, thank you. Yeah. It's about time, huh? And as I said, the cloud is a phenomena. It's changing our relationship with technology. And the scope of information technology, or IT, within a company has just mushroomed. Technology now encompasses all businesses and all society. We're living in an information age, and data's powering our economy, and technology is moving faster and faster. The quick-moving technology is causing businesses, conservative businesses that traditionally move slowly, to now move fast as well. A guest we'll have later today put it this way to me this morning. He said, "Change or die." I look forward to introducing him. It's becoming incumbent on every single business to understand and incorporate these new technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, into the future, your future. And what this means is businesses are going through a transformation, reimagining their processes, extracting intelligence from their data. And they're also sharing and collaborating much, much more, particularly amongst their own employees, but also across companies in this global economy we live in. Companies are early in their journey to the cloud and in their adoption of AI. CEOs, CIOs often tell me that they've only got a fraction of their workloads in the cloud, typically maybe 10%. And so while many companies have experimented, they've dabbled in the cloud, I believe that we're suddenly at a time when most companies are planning and anticipating a wholesale move. And perhaps that explains why so many of you are attending Google Next this year. So as you contemplate your business transformation, why should you choose Google as your cloud? Although Google is a large internet company, that's what we're known as when you think about it, but when you think about it, Google is actually simply a very modern enterprise company, perhaps the most modern in the world. Google's both an enterprise company and a technology company. And most of all, Google is a cloud and AI company. Google spent 20 years developing IT tools, particularly cloud technology, to support data management and AI, and we use it to manage and organize massive amounts of data on a worldwide scale for billions of people. Those data intelligence tools in our advanced cloud are what every company needs today. Every company needs to organize their information, and they need to supercharge it with intelligence to transform your business. And we understand also that you need to do this securely, privately, and compliantly. The regulations matter. Let me step back and talk about our cloud for just a few moments. Globally, Google Cloud has many huge football stadium-sized data centers in regions all over the world. And as an aside, I'm very proud to say that we run our data centers carbon neutral. The data centers that usually gets a clap because we all need to be sustainable. But the data centers are connected by our global private network that provides over 125 points of presence around the world. We run over a quarter of the world's internet traffic. We have hundreds of thousands of kilometers of fiber optic submarine cable laid under the ocean, hyper-fast interconnects. We run, this network lets us guarantee low latency, protects against DDoS, denial of service attacks, and provides added security to our customers. We also, because of our scale, have customized processors that we use in our data centers. Moore's law, the law that says we'll get denser, double in density every 2 years, double in performance, is leveling out. And what this means is you can't really get the performance improvements from general purpose processors. So in order to keep getting that improvement, we're building customized processors. We have them for security, and we have them for artificial intelligence. We call them the Titan processor and the TPU processor. And this is a trend that you'll see more and more of. Also, because of our scale and our relentless focus on having the best technology for the cloud, Google has perhaps the world's best developer environment. It is in large around automation, which saves developers huge amounts of time. It also has resulted in our many open source contributions, like Kubernetes and Istio container management system, which you'll hear more about today. You'll hear more about our leading databases, our analytics, our AI capabilities, and finally, you'll hear about our transformative workplace collaboration suite, G Suite. People often ask me, it's a very competitive cloud space. What makes Google Cloud unique? What makes us differentiated? Well, there's many, many things because of our advanced technologies. But what I think is most important is our highly differentiated AI and security. I think these are the two most important things for companies. I believe AI is every company's largest opportunity, and I believe that cybersecurity threats are every company's biggest risk. And Google has the best of both. Let's start with security. Google faces cyber attacks across our global infrastructure every day, and defending against these has made us an industry leader. We've built security into every layer of our technical stack, and this starts with our Titan chip, which verifies the integrity of each machine before it joins the network, and spans all the way to the physical security of our data centers. We build it from the beginning. It's not bolted on as an afterthought. We encrypt data at rest, and we encrypt data in transit. And we do this automatically without requiring you to configure anything. And you can choose to use Google-provided encryption keys or bring your own. For this reason, Forrester named Google the leading public cloud provider for security strategy in its recent wave. And I hope you'll attend the different security sessions to learn about the more than 30+ new security products we've announced this year. For productivity apps where cloud workers put their data, it matters. There is no more secure setup than to combine a Chromebook, G Suite, and hardware-based two-factor authentication. Companies seem to be catching on because Chromebook sales were up 175% last year, and G Suite continues to grow in an exciting way year over year. G Suite stops 99.9% of spam and phishing attacks. That's why we're being deployed in large enterprises. Now, turning to AI, the Google founders saw the power of AI. They knew it would be important and key to the business. And today, it is built into everything that Google does. And we have thousands of the world's leading AI researchers moving our machine learning and AI technologies forward every single day. At Google Cloud, we have the privilege of taking the fruits of that research, we package it up, and we make it easy for you, our customers and partners, to use. You'll see this in the form of AutoML, where you don't need to be a data scientist to develop a machine learning model. And all of our machine learning APIs, like image recognition, natural language, speech translation, and even job matching. Very simple for you to use and world leading. Google, at its core, is a technology company. And we're proud of being cutting edge. But to make our cutting edge technologies available to every company, we have had to make sure it can be easily adopted by companies with varying network setups and other enterprise requirements, and make sure we're there for the customer. We've had to make sure it is compliant and meets regulators' requirements. That's why we've ensured that we're continually compliant with FISC, the Financial Industry Standard for Computer Systems in Japan, and NIST, the National Center of Incident Readiness and Strategy for Cybersecurity. And it's also why we're committed to meeting ahead of time the healthcare industry standards set forth by the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. Google Cloud's maturation as an enterprise provider has been recognized by Gartner. We're very proud that in the last year, we've been named a leader in 4 of Gartner's quadrants. They include infrastructure as a service, public cloud storage, full lifecycle API management with Apogee, and content and collaboration, which means Drive. By the way, we were pretty proud. Google Drive recently crossed over 1 billion users. We've also been recognized by Forrester as a leader for native platform security and for data analytics. So when we talk about enterprise readiness, it means more than features and compliance. It means bringing excellence in how we work with you, our customers, and you, our partners. And to this end, we have also developed a unique vertical strategy. We combine customer-facing industry domain expertise with engineering domain expertise. We did this first in healthcare. And there, we've committed to meeting the security guidelines set forth, as I said, by the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. And this is going to let us do a lot in healthcare here in Japan. We want to help use the cloud to address the shortage of doctors. It's particularly bad in Hiroshima Prefecture. Working with MNES, using a combination of GCP, App Engine, and Kubernetes, we created a system of putting medical imaging technology in traveling vans. Radiologists in other parts of the country can examine the results in just 3 minutes. That's the kind of thing that saves lives. And then we build on the AI features. We're helping doctors spot brain aneurysms faster and more accurately. These are the kinds of things that really excite Googlers. We're focused on other verticals as well, including retail, financial services, manufacturing and energy, transportation, and another one that I'm particularly excited about here is gaming and media. We recently announced that Unity is moving to Google Cloud, and we're excited to be partnering with Kolopla and Bandai Namco as well, and apologies for my pronunciation. Retail has also been a strong vertical, and last year we talked about our great partnership with Family Mart, with the CEO on stage. In order to work with our customers, we focus on engineer-to-engineer collaboration. Last year, we tripled the number of engineers that are customer-facing, so that we now have more engineers than we have sales reps to work with you, our customers. We also have a team we call OCTO, which stands for Office of the CTO, where we even hired former CTOs who work with our customers on their cloud journey. And today I'm excited to announce that we're now going to building an OCTO team here in Japan to work with you. Also, in working with our customers, our partners are completely key. They're key to us and to our customers, and our partners range from small system integrators to several of the large enterprise IT companies that we all trust. Let me just talk about 3 of them here. Most recently, we announced a terrific project that we've been doing with Cisco based on Kubernetes. It's a hybrid solution where you can seamlessly work on-prem and in the cloud. A lot of excitement about that. With Salesforce, we announced the integration of G Suite and the ability to make CRM data and Google Analytics data and put it all in BigQuery. Customers win when their tech companies partner. And then finally, last year, we announced the partnership with SAP. And today, we have customers running SAP on Google Cloud. And here, via video, is my partner at SAP, Bernd Lukert, talking about it.
Good morning and greetings from Waldorf, Germany. I'm excited about the amazing things we are doing with Google Cloud, this community, and the opportunity to talk to you about our great partnership. Diane, thank you for inviting me to your amazing data center in the Midwest last fall. This was a privilege and a proof of the depth of the partnership and the trust we have developed. It made us realize that Google was operating at a totally different scale. I also came to appreciate how much security was involved at every single point. Last year, we announced the availability of SAP HANA on GCP. We are ready with all certifications to run core SAP applications on GCP. SAP Cloud Platform, the core of the Intelligent Enterprise strategy, is generally available on GCP, allowing customers and partners to build and extend business applications using machine learning and IoT. We also announced early access of SAP Cloud Platform Android SDK. Furthermore, the first phase of the SAP Data Custodian solution is also GA on GCP. Customers like Colgate and other great brands are already running SAP on Google Cloud and are starting to really take advantage of all the great innovation. Diane, you and I remain very aligned on the future. We both keep pushing for openness, for more containerization, easier and pervasive use of machine learning, as we work together to create the best place to build intelligent apps for the enterprise. It's never been a more exciting time. Have a great time at Google Next.
Yeah. Thank you, Bernd. So as we do these engagements with the large customers, the big system integrators become very important. Big SIs like SoftBank, NTT, Communications, Accenture, and Deloitte. And we're also doubling down on training, both online and in person. In fact, today we're launching a new machine learning with TensorFlow on GCP program on Coursera in Japanese. We've seen so much interest from customers that are interested in investing and learning AI. I'm also excited to announce that we're hiring engineers here in Japan that'll be working to build cloud AI products for you. And so we've also announced our plans to open an advanced solutions lab, ASL, here, staffed with Google experts, so we can work directly with you. Our ASL will also include an immersive education experience for enterprises who wish to transform their business using machine learning. And this immersive training provides companies with a unique opportunity to learn directly from Google ML engineers. The Advanced Systems Lab enables them to create centers for excellence internally, building skills to create and deploy ML at scale. And this brings me to an announcement and introduction that I am incredibly honored to make. We have here today Japan's top retailer, Fast Retailing. They're the company that's given the world the iconic Uniqlo brand and that has set the benchmark for quality and affordable fashion. Fast Retailing has been working with Google Cloud to realize a vision for a new kind of retailing. They are calling it Ariake. I believe it can have profound impact everywhere in retail, in supply chains, office workflow, machine learning, and a lot more. Let's look at this brief video about the Ariake project.
我々はやっぱりライフウェア、普段着で最高の服を作りたい。商品買ってがっかりしたら次に来ないですよ。だから商品買って満足してもらうということが必要で、そのためには商品そのものもそうですけど、情報がすごく大事で、お客様と一緒に商品を作っていく。一番最適の情報と最適の商品が届けられること、ここが一番大事なことなので、だから情報製造小売業っていうふうに言ってるんですよ。もうインターネットと一緒で、境なくいろんなとこから情報が入ってきて、一番いいアイデアと実行を伴う。社員全員が自由に行き来して自分がリーダーで仕事できる、そういう環境を作りたいな。それがグローバルワン全員経営ですよ。未来の事務所、オフィス、仕事をする場、それはこういうふうになるんじゃないかなと思って、それを先取りしてこれを作ったっていう。今全世界に13万人従業員がいるんで、13万人の頭脳を結集したい。それが有明プロジェクトっていうことですよね。
Okay. And now, as a special treat for our attendees and those watching on live stream, we're pleased, we're honored to welcome Yanai-san, the founder and CEO of Fast Retailing. I met Yane-san 2 years ago when he came to the Google campus in Mountain View, California. And at the time, he gave me a card, and it had his corporate statement, mission, and values. It's one of the best I've ever seen. I really valued it, and I just want to highlight the corporate statement for you here. Changing clothes, changing conventional wisdom, changed the world. In his 46 years at fast retailing, Yane-san has revolutionized not just a business or an industry, but the way the world thinks about fashion and retail, about the responsibilities that go with running a large corporation, and about globalization. The values he's instilled at fast retailing and the Uniqlo stores have now delighted customers for over 34 years. He's just a leader in customer focus, in risk-taking, although he would argue he's cautious, innovation, personal growth, and high ethics. At Google Cloud, we aspire to similar values. We're so inspired by the success of fast retailing. Please join me in welcoming Yane-san.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yane-san.
Good to see you.
It's so amazing to be here with you. Let me make sure I can understand what you say. So thank you. Your company is so valued as a partner for Google. But I would like, I read your corporate mission. I didn't read the entire card. But I would like you to just sort of explain what's behind it to the audience, if you would.
僕は世界中の
Well, in order to communicate myself with the rest of the world people, we have to make sure our business idea is correct. What has to be changing, what does not change, the right idea need to be introduced. And this is one of the cards that we distribute across all of the associates as well as partner companies. This stands for what we are and what we do. Perhaps when it comes to internet work is also embedded and included in this plastic card. I personally believe business is the large-scale internet. That's my idea. I believe all of you in this room would agree with me. All at last, the super information-oriented era has come, and that is being used every minute and second in enterprise world and business world, and whoever was successful in changing the way they do things, and those people who will be connecting neatly with the rest of the world will be the winner. That's the age we are in.
Thank you. Very inspiring. I hope all the developers, entrepreneurs, and corporate CXOs, CEOs here today are inspired. Yane-san, how did you come to be such a different thinker? What is your background?
皆さん信じられない
Well, probably this is unbelievable to you, but we have gone through a series of transformation within ourselves. We started out from the Ube city in Yamaguchi prefecture. My hometown was mining town. My family business was selling suits like the one I'm wearing. At that time, casual wear has started to become popular. We started to address casual wear, so I launched a casual store then. So we started out with the men's clothing store and eventually launched a casual wear store. And local chain store network got started. Eventually that was rolled out to the nation in 1998 when we opened the Harajuku store. We ran fleece campaign. And there was an opportunity for us to be known nationally. And then we have gone through a series of difficult times and hardship. But currently in Europe, North America, China, Korea, Southeast Asia, perhaps we'll be tapping into India, and we have business in Australia as well. So we are ranked the second in our industry of SPA. We were either the second and third. Hopefully, I can emulate your position and become a leader like Google. So this will require digital transformation. Now, that's what I'm learning more. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, but before we go to why we're here, one more question.
Hi.
You know, it appears to, on the outside, that you're a risk taker. But you mentioned that you actually went against your father's advice, and you claim you're cautious. Could you explain?
やっぱり
Well, you know, my father was against the idea of never ever build more and more stores aggressively. My father was always worried about myself and my attitude, and that's understandable. And particularly, this is a message geared toward young entrepreneurs. Well, of course, I believed I need to listen to my father whenever my father was essentially right. But if I 100% obeyed with my father has told me, there is no Uniqlo around. So I had an ambition to build the new business. What's new and what's upcoming? And you have to think for yourself, and for the sake of your customers, you need to be determined to deliver whatever is right for the sake of the customers. And that's the winning pitch.
That's so interesting. And how would you translate that for Japanese companies today, that advice?
はい。日本企業
You know what? Japanese businesses are very conservative. Stability, security, these are the jargons. But if they tap into something new, they will fail very often. Winning one game and losing 9 games is one of the titles. Well, probably I won once, and in 99 games I lost in reality. But if you did lose, you have to think how differently you play the game again. If you never give up, eventually you will win. You have to fail early, you have to try it early and learn it faster. And that's the cycle. I think this is a common thread that we tend to see in physical world and internet world. But unfortunately, many Japanese businesses are playing on the conservative side, which I do not believe is right. I have to make a decision very fast. Therefore, this will require you to access more information. And of course, decision-making takes place at top layer as well as middle layer as well as the rest of the organization layers. In what decision that you make and what action you take is all about the business decision, organizing information. At the same time, you need to engage in digital communication. And senior and top leaders need to make a commitment, go for this direction and have it communicated very clearly. Otherwise, they are not able to expect the subordinates will be willingly take that route. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more. And we're also so excited that you chose to partner as two companies coming together as one with Google. Can you explain how you came to that decision and why?
やっぱり僕は
Well, you know, as I think about it, Google is number one as a search engine. You know, ask Google whenever you have a question mark. And also, AI-wise, you're number one as well. If you look at the coming future, I believe AI and robotics will be extremely important, inclusive of software automation. All of the reiteration and the simple calculations will be replaced by these technologies. When that happens, worldwide information, particularly information of customers, Our associates information, partner information, vendor information need to come together. As I said earlier, different associates need to make a sound decision on the fly. And the cloud would help us organize the information, and then every one of our associates are able to access this data, and they are able to access organized information in the most optimal fashion whenever they need it. That's why cloud and G Suite are our choice, obviously. Well, this means that from now on, we wanted to engage with this activity to further develop these technology. Digital-wise, you are the top leader when it comes to manufacturing, planning, designing, distributing, selling of clothing is what we sell. And I'm not supposed to say that, but we do a pretty good job. So good business come together. I'm sure that we'll be on our way to create a new industry.
Well, we're really proud that you appreciate the collaboration and sharing that G Suite is and how it fits with your culture. And we're also really happy to now dive deep with our Advanced Solutions Lab, ASL, and work with you on the next vision.
You
know what? I heard this is the first in Japan. And thank you very much for choosing us and choosing Japan for this. So we wanted to dig deeper. And my aspiration is to bring the apparel business into the real cutting-edge business, because people will buy clothing and product with e-business, but the people are in need of both of the information as well as clothing. People are in need of information in order to make a right decision for shopping. So great benefit associated with this apparel. This product is best for you because of certain reasons. So to do that, information should be better organized, and what information will be given to which kind of customers, associates, and what kind of product that we develop. And so this will require seamlessly well connected together. That's my dream.
Okay. Well, we want to support Ariake.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and thank you for letting us work with you.
Yeah.
We look forward to your vision and next future, even broader success.
Oh, definitely. And here's my message to business leaders and the business associates of Japan who are here with us. I would encourage you to be brave and act as soon as possible. As otherwise, this entire world is already changing. You got to be in a hurry. Well, it is a Japanese culture that we have a very good teamwork once the right decision is made. So I would like to encourage everyone to use Google Cloud in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very so much. Yes. Okay, so you heard it from Yanni-san. Move fast, but take the best of Japanese culture and do it as a team. That was a wonderful set of messages. Meeting and working with people like Yanni-san are just one of the true privileges of what I do. So in closing out this keynote, I just want to say it's been an astonishing year of understanding how you want to use our technology to drive your business. Fast retailing Uniqlo is just one example. It's a big example. And we're working so hard to build what you need and in a way that can disrupt your business but be non-disruptive to your ongoing business. I've spoken of the importance of intelligence in today's modern business, the revolution that AI is bringing. And now, to talk more about where we're going, I want to introduce Rajan Seth, who will be sharing more about how our analytics and our AI products can help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane. And what a great story by Fast Retailing. It always amazes me what our users can do with our technology. So as Diane mentioned, Google's mission is to organize the world's information. And Google's cloud mission is to organize your information and supercharge it for you. Of course, data is the lifeblood of many of our companies. And all of us want to do more with that data, being able to get analysis, intelligence, and action out of that data. And customers around the world are trusting Google's industry-leading infrastructure that Google Cloud provides. But that includes global companies like Bandai Namco and Fast Retailing, as you've heard, that rely on our secure, scalable, and reliable cloud to build and run their businesses. But because we have this, we can also build great data and AI solutions on top of this. And our goal is to make AI simple, fast, and useful for you. Simple such that all of your employees can take advantage of it. Fast such that you can iterate and succeed faster, and useful so that we can actually solve major business problems for you and make this very useful for you. Of course, all of this starts with your data, and let's take a look at what cloud can do for you with big data analytics. We want to take the complexity out of data analytics and make it so that you can leave those complexities behind. And we do this in a few ways. First, we let you easily build a cloud-native data warehouse that lets you execute queries in seconds rather than minutes. Secondly, we let you ingest and analyze millions of streaming data events in real time. Third, we make it possible for you to do data processing through things like Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark via easy-to-create and easy-to-run clusters. And then we can make it so that you can visualize that and explore data via Google Cloud and also third-party tools. Now, this gives you the foundation to be able to adopt things like data analytics and machine learning. At the heart of all of this is BigQuery, which is Google's fully managed enterprise data warehouse for analytics. BigQuery is unique because it is blazing fast and it can handle massive data sets. We have customers that are putting petabytes of data into BigQuery. And to give you context of what that means, 1 petabyte of data is enough to store 13 years worth of HD TV video. Hopefully that's more TV than you and I can watch in a lifetime. BigQuery customers regularly execute queries of over 5 petabytes of data. Just last month, we had 100 customers that executed queries that ran over 1 trillion rows or more. One of these customers, for example, executed a query over 28 trillion rows. That's definitely a lot of data. But how do you bring intelligence to this data? Wouldn't it be great if you can bring machine learning directly to this data? So that's why we introduced BigQuery ML. BigQuery ML lets your data analysts and data scientists access and create machine learning via simple SQL. And what's great about this is it really provides 3 big benefits. The first is that this is familiar. All of your data scientists and data analysts understand SQL, and it's the language that all of them use. Secondly, it makes it so that it's something that's in the database, and you're able to actually access this in database. Third, it's fast. It makes it so that you can actually create machine learning models in less than 30 seconds, and start to use that right away to be able to have differences in your business. We're having amazing momentum with our data and analytics products across many verticals. Areas like financial services, retail, gaming, media and entertainment, and many others, including many of the customers that you see here. Twitter, for example, has the largest Hadoop cluster with 300 petabytes of storage. Now, from cloud-native companies through to the largest of enterprises, we're seeing our tools make a big difference. Now, what about the rest of your data? It turns out that 80% of the data within an average enterprise is unstructured. These are things like documents, photos, emails, product reviews, and videos. In the past 5 years, deep learning has made it possible to get insights out of that data. But deep learning is very hard. We estimate that there are on order of maybe a few tens of thousands of people in the world that can actually successfully build a deep learning model. There are 2 million data scientists in the world, but there are 21 million software developers in the world. And our goal is to get all of these technologies available to the 21 million software developers. And we're doing this by providing products in 3 areas. We have platform products, which make it such that you can create and scale models across Google Cloud. We have what we call our building blocks, which brings the best of Google's AI models to you. And finally, we have solutions, which solve specific business problems. So let's first start by looking at our AI platform. We start by lowering the computing barriers to AI with our tensor processing unit, or TPUs. These are custom chips that dramatically accelerate machine learning tasks, and they're easily accessed through our cloud. As an example, TPUs allowed eBay to reduce their training time for their visual search model by a factor of almost 100, from months to literally days, and increase their accuracy by over 15% as a result. Our second-generation TPUs are now generally available to all of our cloud users. And we also recently announced our third-generation TPUs, which take it to yet another level of speed and performance. But data scientists need flexibility and performance without the fear of lock-in. And to do this, we've introduced Cloud Machine Learning Engine. Cloud Machine Learning Engine lets you bring your models to Google Cloud and scale them seamlessly across our infrastructure. Using Cloud Machine Learning Engine, you can now build with multiple machine learning frameworks, including things like TensorFlow, Keras, scikit-learn, and XGBoost. However, another problem that you told us about running machine learning is how can you run machine learning models on your data that is on-premise as well as in the cloud? And how can you move them seamlessly? So to do this, this is why we introduced what we call Kubeflow, and we open source this. And Kubeflow is essentially machine learning built on top of Kubernetes. Kubeflow makes deployments of your machine learning stack on Kubernetes simple, portable, and scalable, and lets you move easily between on-premise and cloud. So secondly, let's dive into our AI building blocks. We bring the best of Google's AI in the form of these building blocks. And these include models in areas like computer vision, natural language, speech, translation, and video intelligence. And we've brought the best of Google's models from all of our products available to you as services. This makes it so that you're able to use our models and use our APIs such that you only need a few lines of code to be able to start to use AI effectively. But AI is a mass customization problem. And what I mean by that is if you have 2 companies that have the same problem, they will likely require different types of models because of the nature of their problem. But as we talked about, machine learning and deep learning is hard, so we need to make it a lot easier to build these custom models. That's why we developed what we call Cloud AutoML. Cloud AutoML lets you extend our most powerful machine learning models to recognize data that is specific to your challenge, without writing code and without machine learning knowledge. With Cloud AutoML, anyone can make machine learning work for them. Our first release was called AutoML Vision, and this takes our Cloud Vision APIs to identify an entirely new set of categories for images. For example, if you're a manufacturing company, you can use AutoML Vision to recognize defects in products that are coming off of your factory line. Or if you're a retailer, you can use it to take a picture of a product and tell what product that is. Things like that are now possible with a few clicks. You can build one of these custom models with as little as a dozen images in just a few minutes. The second one we recently released was Cloud AutoML Natural Language, which builds upon our text analysis capabilities of natural language and makes it so that you can understand subject matter that is specific to your industry. And lastly, we introduced AutoML Translation, which extends Google's machine translation technology to recognize things like jargon and terms and figures of speech in 27 language pairs starting now, but then more over time. This means that translations that we do are more faithfully capturing the nuance that your audience expects. This made a big difference for Nikkei Group. Nikkei Group is, of course, a leading media organization with trusted news sources around the world. They're evaluating our service to be able to translate the Nikkei, their Japanese language paper, to English language publications around the world. Translating content so that it can be distributed and shared globally is an absolute necessity for them. And AutoML translation provided the level of customization that they needed, and they've been impressed by this accuracy. And so now, to demonstrate how you can apply AutoML to your own ideas, please welcome to the stage Kaz Sato.
Thank you, Virgin. ではここでクラウド
So now I would like to show you about the actual capability of Cloud AutoML. So in terms of AutoML vision, image recognition, we would like to take trees and grass and foliages in terms of creating a model. So this is called leaf snaps as a publicized open data model. So 10 types of different foliages is going to be identified. Sorry, can you switch over to demo? It's going to use leaf snap. 10 different types of foliages will be identified. So we are going to create this model. AutoML vision, there is vision for training and also this label. You'll be able to confirm that on UI very easily. And there's no programming necessary whatsoever. Training of the model is utilizing train tab. And the training time is going to be set up. And then click the training button. And 10 minutes or maybe a few hours, you'll be able to complete the training. In this demo, we have utilized 900 images, and it required only 10 minutes for the training. After training, it's an evaluate tab. You open the tab, and then you can confirm the accuracy very simply. The accuracy is 98.8%, as you can see here. And as you can see, quite easy to create the model on the fly. And there's a predict tab. And you open them, you can try them on and identify the leaves and the foliages. So let's upload the image. And foliage or leaf image is now being uploaded. So this is a live demo. So I hope there's not going to be any glitch here. But okay, cold sweat. But I can see only it's the leaf, but there is a special, of course, terminologies that are being utilized for this type of leaf. So now I'm going back to the slide once again, please. So the example that I've shown you, besides from that, there is a inspection of external view and also a catalog image also could be identified utilizing this capability. Now I would like to show you AutoML translation. At Google, we have Google Translation and Google Translation API. We have two services, but both of them are generic translation service. So there are certain limits in terms of translate specialized subject matter. So let's say there is a English for the driver of the bug or software. When there's a driver, depending on the context, totally different. There could be a Gold driver or maybe a taxi driver. And AutoML translation, if you use this, these applications, specific, of course, text could be well translated. So here, the actual use case is the localized service of the contents. Be localized company. I would like to introduce this US company. We localized company in US, a popular educational software. They're in charge of localizing these contents. So please switch over to the screenshot. And this educational software, the student and the teachers, description, UI label, there are specific expression and terminology that are utilized, as you can see. So here, 45,000 English and Japanese, we utilize this text pair. So it customizing the translation model for the educational purposes. Again, open the train tab for training, and then that's it for the customization. Wait 3 hours and you'll be able to complete the training. And the model, this accuracy of that, it's called Blue Score. We can confirm the accuracy with Blue Score. This is Google Translate. This is a base model score, 38.8 is Google Translate. As you can see, against that, customize with training, 51.8. So 13 points. There are big, of course, improvement, as you can see. So in actuality, let us try this translation. So predict tab, we can utilize this. So press this predict tab, and the result is where top is custom and bottom is Google Translate. It says, oh, okay, it's not working smoothly. The gradings, in the custom model, the grading is the score grading. It's score grading education. So it's well translated, as you can see, understanding the context of the matter. And the other example is, for instance, scanning PDF gives warning. So if there is a problem, there's a notification. There's a nuance that is being well translated, as you can see. So now coming back to the slide once again, please. So Nikkei already have verified this technology. And R&D department, Nikkei Innovation Lab, a news article script has been utilized for creating the custom model. And as you can see, in inner city, promoted. It's not advanced, but is word promoted in that translation. In cooperation, it's not collaboration, but cooperate. So the right appropriate English are being selected. So as you can see, Cloud Auto AML, in various fields, there are specific image and terminologies, and you will be able to translate the specific images and identify them. As part of Google service, you'll be able to utilize them today, and it has a freedom for scalability. So that's all for the demos. Thank you very much.
Back to you, Rajan.
Thank you, Kaz. As you can see with this demo, we were able to simply create these advanced models very quickly and also with high accuracy. And you could see how you can combine these building blocks together to be able to solve business problems. I'm excited to announce that we have over 14,000 paying customers of our AI products across dozens of industries, including the large businesses that you see here. So finally, we're looking to solve some specific business problems with our AI. We're building great AI models to help you get started faster. But in addition to that, we are engaging with partners to embed our AI into their products and into your existing workflows. A great example of that is what we call contact center AI, which we released earlier this year. This infuses our AI for things like conversation and natural language into the best contact center software out there from many of the leading providers. It also makes it so that we can handle your customers' questions automatically, simple questions automatically, but also make it so that we can empower contact center agents with information so that they can handle more complex questions in an intelligent way. Another problem you've told us about is document understanding. You have millions and millions of documents, but how do you get the right knowledge out of this and leverage that knowledge? We've partnered with Iron Mountain, the leading provider for records and data and document processing, to be able to infuse their products with our AI. Iron Mountain stores 1.7 trillion pages of documents. And to give you context of what that means, if you stack those documents end to end, that's enough to reach from here to Mars and back. And now what we're doing by infusing their products with our AI is we're making it so that you can do things like optical character recognition and document understanding in the document processing workflow that you already have and do this seamlessly. They serve 95% of the Fortune 1000, and now those companies can now access this technology. So in addition, in 2018 and beyond, we're looking to be able to bring this to many other industries. and understand your pressing needs to try to figure out how can we solve problems in areas such as retail, manufacturing, media, financial services, and many more. So with all that we showed you here, you can see how we're making data and AI simple, fast, and useful. But this is all just the beginning. How many of you remember this? This, of course, is the Mosaic browser from 1994. And it was the first time most people saw the internet and got to experience the internet. And any of us that used this probably had our own aha moment for when we realized that the internet was special. For me, I'm a big sports fan, and so live sports scores were a groundbreaking experience for me. But the point of this is where AI is today. Similar to the internet, we believe that, like in 1994, we are at the defining moment for AI. And similarly, over the next 30 years, we believe that AI will become the foundation of computing. We are looking forward to innovating with you and working with you to bring this to reality. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Prabhakar Raghavan, who's going to walk you through the recent innovations we've made with G Suite. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajan. Ohayou gozaimasu. Google Cloud no Prabhakar Raghavan desu. Moshwake arimasen ga kore kara.
I'm sorry, but I have to speak in English.
For over a decade, I worked at various companies competing against Google. And then it dawned on me, the secret to Google's many successful products were the maps, search, YouTube. That secret is the obsessive application of machine learning to deliver magical user experiences. And so when I joined Google, I was committed to bringing that same magic to the workplace, where we spend over a third of our lives, bringing that magic using G Suite. So what is G Suite? Almost all of you are familiar with Gmail, which reimagined email over a decade ago. Many of you are familiar with Google Docs, and Calendar, and Drive. And more of you are starting to use Google Meet, our high-definition video meeting solution, and Google Chat for team communication. Together, these applications have over 1.4 billion monthly active users. And that number includes 80 million students, your future employees. And so in time, we brought all of these applications together to provide G Suite to our corporate customers. And today, we have over 4 million businesses that use G Suite every single day. And these include the likes of All Nippon Airways and Family Mart. And you just heard, fast retailing will soon be with us. Companies like Airbus view their move to G Suite as an investment in their people, to let their employees reimagine how they work. Well, what does it mean to reimagine how you work with G Suite? To get a glimpse of this, let's roll the video, and you'll get an idea.
Whoa. Next Friday's pitch.
By tomorrow.
Maybe cover it, man.
Hey, Google, join the meeting.
What you just saw was how one team responded to a high-stakes challenge using the magic of G Suite, infused with AI. And no more attachments and version roulette where you author a document and then send version 27 by email to somebody and all sorts of messes happen. So when we conceived of G Suite, my team and I thought about the core design principles for G Suite. And we came up with 3. First, G Suite has to be secure. That is not negotiable. Second, G Suite has to be smart, infused with Google's AI. And finally, G Suite has to be simple. So let's take a look at what each of these means. Let's begin with G Suite being secure. Our security is cloud native, which means we eliminate attack vectors that other vendors just take for granted and resign themselves to. For instance, you cannot lose a Google Doc on a thumbnail USB drive because a Google Doc does not sit on a USB drive. It resides in the cloud where it is safe on Google servers. Our full-stack security is self-administering, meaning you don't have to worry about versions and patches. We take the burden off you, and we ensure that every user is using the latest, most secure software at all times. For two-factor authentication, we have security keys in addition to passwords. Unlike old tokens, they cannot be broken. But best of all is the outcome. For customers, G Suite customers using our security tokens, to date, they have detected and reported a grand total of 0 account hijackings. Now that is security reimagined. But it's not just about protecting our end users. We also want to make it super simple for enterprise admins, for IT. So earlier this year, we introduced the G Suite Security Center, which is a single tool that brings together insights from across G Suite to keep the users safe. We recently announced in beta a critical new dimension to the Security Center, the investigation tool. This allows admins to do things like check whether there's files being transferred across the domain, revoke access, and delete malicious emails. And all of this is presented in one single, simple console. No more running scripts on logs from across the enterprise for hours and hours, because hours of analysis is just too late. Keep it simple, make it fast. And today, I'm thrilled to announce that the investigation tool in G Suite is now available for all G Suite users. Next, let's talk about G Suite being smart. As several speakers have mentioned, Google has almost 2 decades of investment in AI. And the reason Google is a leader in search, YouTube, Maps, Photos, and many other products. You're also familiar with the Google Assistant, where millions of people use it every single day to get things done. And we were committed to bringing that magic of assistance to the workplace. So my team and I studied what it is that users do every single day in the workplace. And there's 3 things that we do over and over again. First, reading, content consumption. Second, writing. And the third, we're in meetings. And you can all relate to this, because this is what you do every single day. So let's look at how the magic of AI transforms each of these. Let's begin with reading or content consumption. One of the commonest forms of content we consume every single day is tabular data and spreadsheets. In the old way of doing things, you're staring at all these cells, and then you bring your analyst, because you don't know math formulas, and they write queries and extract the insights. No more with Google Sheets. What we do is analyze the data even before you ask for questions and automatically surface insights and charts. Now that is spreadsheets reimagined. Let's turn to writing. I know that many of you probably set aside time every single day to deal with emails and chats and respond to them. Now, we decided that was too old-fashioned. 3 years ago, we introduced, in English at that time, a feature in Gmail known as Smart Reply. So what Gmail does here is analyze hundreds of millions of emails every single day. And then when you get an email, it analyzes the email that came in and provides up to 3 appropriate responses to that email using natural language processing. Last year, we launched this in Japanese as well. And in this example, you'll see that Kobayashi has written an email to Tanaka saying, can you meet Monday or Tuesday? Gmail analyzes that mail and comes up with 3 potential responses that Tanaka can choose from. The first says, Getsuyobi de onegaishimasu. Second,
On Monday, please. Either day would be fine. I'm sorry.
Appropriate emails that Tanaka can send back in response to Kobayashi's message. The results are pretty striking. What we can measure is that today, over 10% of Gmail replies are written by machines and accepted by humans. Now think of that at an intellectual level. Machines can do a lot of the drudgery and take it out of your lives, and you don't have to be typing and making mistakes. But we decided it wasn't enough to stop there. What about writing emails in the first place, not just replying? Okay. And to this end, earlier this year, we launched Smart Compose in Gmail. Now, in a moment, you'll see this Compose experience coming to life, and I want you to pay attention to several things. First, you'll see that Gmail quickly understands the context of this email. It's about office supplies, and suggests completions like paper and ink, not burgers and soda. Okay. Second, it learns personal facts, so when it comes time for the sender to write his address, it completes automatically the address. So what Smart Compose is doing here is auto-completing your sentences as you begin to type them. Okay. Now, this is currently available in English, and we will roll it out across the world in other languages over time. But it's not just about eliminating drudgery and making it simpler. I'm actually very gratified to hear from many non-native speakers of English, because it lets them write with confidence, write with professionalism, and not worry about their communication, because it completes in correct English. Now that is writing reimagined. But speaking of making mistakes, we didn't want to stop there. So we recently added grammar correction in Google Docs. But we decided to take a slightly different approach than the traditional approaches for grammar correction. You're all familiar with Google Translate that takes text in, say, Japanese and converts it to English. Well, what we did was to adapt the same technology, but we take text in incorrect English and translate it to correct English. Now, this approach has several unique advantages. First, your data isn't sucked into some browser extension. It remains safe and secure in the Google Cloud. Second, it's not brittle like rule-based approaches. It doesn't break easily when people's styles change. It learns over time and gets better and better, like all our AI-based tools. So that was a look at how AI is transforming the writing experience in G Suite. Let's now talk about meetings. In the old way, scheduling a complex meeting is a chore that we unfortunately put too many employees through. Think of a situation where you have 7 employees in Tokyo, 5 in London, and 4 in Zurich, and they have to get together a meeting. The way we had to do it before was you had to find the right time for each person and then start to find the meeting rooms of the appropriate size in each place. No more with Google Calendar. All you have to do is provide the list of people who have to meet, and we take care of the rest. We'll find the right time, but we'll also find the best meeting rooms based on proximity to the participants' desks, the meeting rooms they tend to book historically, because you see, we are learning from past behavior. That is calendaring reimagined. Now, video meetings, the high-definition video meeting service that we provide, our customers tell us that it dramatically changes the cost of travel they incur because video meetings become extremely effective. But we didn't want to stop there. We wanted to be able to let employees in a company brainstorm early in their idea cycle. And to this end, we introduced what we call the Jamboard, now available in Japan. The Jamboard is a digital whiteboard in the cloud. Of course, it's a physical board, and you can write on it, like you see in this video. Other participants in the meeting can also write on the respective boards or tablet application or phone application, but all of the action is happening in the cloud in one common board. So you and I may be in different cities, but we're writing on the same board at the same time. Okay. That is whiteboarding reimagined. So that was a glimpse at how G Suite is smart. Let's now turn to G Suite being simple. We are used to building applications for billions of users. And we're committed to bringing that billion user simplicity to the workplace. And in fact, we see that more and more enterprise customers, software vendors, are following this trend to make it simple. We do not, my team and I do not measure ourselves by how big our menus are. We want to keep it super simple. When we do this, the outcomes are both measurable and startling. We did a study, and we found that for users, for employees collaborating in Google Docs, 74% of the time they spend is actually collaborating together. No more, I write the document and then send it by email, and on and on and on, version 27. This serializes our workflow. It bloats everybody's mailboxes, and it leads to a culture of printing that's a security exposure. So you listen to statistics like 74% of the time collaborating, and you say, well, how is this going to apply to my organization? And so to let you get an idea of this, I'm thrilled to announce the beta launch here in Tokyo for the first time. It's a public announcement of our Work Insights product. So what does Work Insights do? It's a console that lets you monitor the usage of different G Suite products across your organization, as well as the level of collaboration in different teams. So it can say, in this case, for instance, marketing has 80% collaboration, but apparently engineering only has 60% collaboration. So you go and find out, hey, what's going on in engineering? Okay. So Work Insights is now in beta, and we look forward to all our customers adopting this to get better ideas on how their organizations are being transformed by G Suite. Now, this is especially important here in Japan because work-life balance is so critical here. Now, I've talked about how going with G Suite is so simple, but rather than tell you about it, I'm now going to bring to the screen Kim Anstedt. She's the CIO of the Nielsen Corporation. Nielsen is a global leader in measurement and analytics, and she will now talk about her experience going to G Suite. Roll the video, please.
In 2015, we started to look for a state-of-the-art collaboration platform, one that would allow our associates to work together anytime, anywhere, on any device, and that brought us to G Suite. I am extremely impressed by the simple yet robust tools in G Suite. We cut over the entire company in a single weekend. Wow. On Friday, our associates were using their desktop tools for mail and calendar. By Monday morning, they were live in Chrome, accessing Gmail, calendar, and every collaboration tool they could ask for. This was successful because of the strong partnership we had with Google and Maven Wave that helped us train 2,500 Google guides, employees of Nielsen that were live within the business to bring their associates up on Monday morning. Our most senior executives were blown away at how seamless our largest global IT deployment was that day. We are absolutely delighted with our decision to go to Google. We have over 90% of our associates that are collaborating in Google Drive. We're seeing over 500,000 video calls each month.
Wow.
And we have a brand new, fresh, 100% digital experience for our employees through our new company intranet that is on Google Sites. But what I love most is the continuous innovation. We have seen over 100 enhancements come out in G Suite just this year in 2018, and over half of those are impacting our employees every day. So what I can say to all of you here today who are thinking about making the move to Google, I can honestly say it's very simple. It'll be the best decision you made, and it's because Prabhakar and team are simply the best.
So in closing, I'd like to invite you to join us on this journey to reimagine work, if you haven't done so already. I'd also like to invite you to come back here tomorrow, where my colleague, Amy Loki, Vice President of User Experience for G Suite, will be showcasing more highlights from G Suite. And now, let's go back to the Prince Park Tower Hotel, where my colleague, P.H. Ferrand, the President of Global Customer Operations in Google Cloud, will join us. Makoto ni arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you so much.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Prabhakar, konnichiwa, genki desu ka?
How are you?
This is the extent of my Japanese speaking capabilities. I cannot compete with Prabhakar. So we live in the midst of a huge shift. And this shift is not about the cloud. This shift is enabled by the cloud. Today, millions of companies can transform their business by creating magical experiences with the cloud, by becoming a lot more agile and smarter about their customers. Now, cloud technology can do two things that were not possible before. The first one, it automates complexity out of our lives. It allows us to focus on what is the most critical things. And the second, it allows us to extract insights out of a world of data, thanks to AI, ML, and big data. But these transformations are not going to happen just through technology. They will happen also through a change of culture, people, a shift in mindsets. It's pretty obvious to me that unless you break the silos within a company, and unless you're putting the customer first, nothing much will happen. So if you're looking at transforming your company, it seems pretty obvious that a combination of cloud technology as well as the right culture will make that transformation successful. But instead of taking my words, why don't we hear from 3 of our great customers who have agreed to come and talk to us today. The first one is Sansan. I think everybody here in the room knows them. You're using them. You love them. Basically, Sansan suite of scanning software, mobile application, and database has been turbocharging the Meishi, enabling a new kind of CRM tool. And we're very fortunate that Sansan has picked GCP, as well as our Google Cloud Vision API, in a decision that has been based on performance, but also cost savings. So I would like to welcome to the stage Shigemoto Fujikura, who is the Chief Technology Officer of Sansan, as well as Hokuto-san, who is one of our Japanese members and will facilitate questions in Japanese.
Google Cloud.
My name is Kazutani. I am from Google Cloud Japan. Well, we have invited representatives from 3 different Japanese customers so that we can hear their voice directly. First of all, CTO of Sansan, Mr. Fujikura, is right here with us. Thank you very much for coming. Now, without further ado, I'm sure that the people in this room are using your services. So I would like you to share what kind of services you're providing and then why you selected Google Cloud Platform. Well, in my company, we provide Sansan. This is the Meishi management services for enterprise and also 8 for individual retail app. Now, as we speak, there are so many encounters are taking place in the world of business. And through 2 services that I have just mentioned, I would like to maximize the value of encounters of people. To do that, the Meishi, the business card, is a proof of encounter of a business people, which means that we have to make it as a data accurately and put more new value to it. So in our company, since 2007, we introduced Sansan for enterprise use and started 8 services in 2011. From the beginning, we used the cloud. Thanks to your support, both services are gaining great traction from the customers. Over 7,000 enterprise customers for Sansan and 2 million individual customers for 8. We started looking into Google Cloud and GCP because we were interested in Cloud Vision API of Google Cloud AI services. So the business card is short. And also, OCR process is very critical because we have to make accurate data. And we are using Cloud Vision API in production. Even 1 character difference in email address. When it is wrong, then it doesn't make any value as data. Therefore, that when you make the business card as a data, you have to have a 99.9% accuracy. To guarantee that 3.9, we have a great technology in OCR processes. With the use of a Cloud Vision API, our R&D expert resources can now concentrate on the development of the OCR. Therefore, that the Cloud Vision API made a great difference to us. Thank you very much. So you are using Cloud Vision API in OCR, but what about the other areas? Is there any area that you're enjoying a GCP? Yes. We have ingested the data from Sansan and 8. And also, we have the data management unique team to produce value on it. And we decided to migrate the infra resource to GCP. Partly already migrated into GCP. According to the simulation of the microservices, we can expect about the 25% of the cost reduction. It's cost-driven, so that it can provide the great added value to our core businesses. Thank you. Not just the cost reduction, but also you found that the added value is great for your core businesses. So what type of effect are you aiming at besides cost reduction? When we select technology, cost reduction or great functionalities are very critical, but also we have to make sure that these technologies are very valuable for the end users. And what would be the best solution for our end users? The answer is very simple. If we can add the useful, meaningful functionality, that means that we are doing something good for the end users. And at the same time, our developer can really focus on the core performance of our businesses. So furthermore, we have to use the massive amount of data, much more than before, and provide new insights from it. Therefore, we need to have the scalability of a Google infrastructure and data processing power, and also the core strengths of the GCP is going to be great fit for our core technologies. Therefore, we want to really migrate into GCP into the future. Thank you. Then lastly, I'd like to ask you about the future. Fujikura-san, how are you planning to use Google Cloud into the future? Any expectation for us? As I pointed out, I really want to focus on users so that the developers can concentrate on the core technology. When it comes to GCP, we have R&D experts, and we want them to concentrate on the core research, data analytics, and also platforms done by GCP. And also we are thinking of using operation by mail in the future. And we decided to verify the peripheral services according to that needs. The Sansan have to be global technology company. That's my future goal. We have to bring about innovation in technology inside Sansan organization because I am CTO and that should be my mission. And Google Cloud is a strategic partner for us, and we can align ourselves for the future, and also we can give very positive and impactful changes to the customer in the future. And I really want to transform my organization into that way. Fujikura-san, thank you very much.
So thank you, Fujikura-san. It was great to hear from you how you decided to migrate to GCP. By the way, for those of you who want also to migrate to GCP, and we kept a big room for all of you, so I know the whole room wants to migrate to GCP, you can attend that presentation in details this afternoon. So I invite you to go and listen to Fujikura-san. Our next customer is Marubeni Information System. Now, Marubeni is really focused on delivering cutting-edge technology solutions to businesses. And they're using consulting, planning, integration, and customer support to do that. Now, the interesting thing is their innovation is actually a voice-to-text conversion services that is tailored to contact centers. And they're leveraging the voice-to-text API of Google on top of BigQuery, as well as many other Google technologies. So to come and talk to us about that innovation, I'd like to welcome to the stage Ryoshi Watanabe, who is the president and CEO of Marubeni Information System.
All right, then we have another guest here. He is the president and CEO of Marubeni Information Systems, Mr. Ryoichi Watanabe. Thank you very much for coming. Now, I would like you to introduce your company and also what type of products that you are developing on GCP. At Marubeni Information System is a company which concentrates in the ICT area of Marubeni, a trading house. Over 5 decades, we have been providing the cutting-edge solutions for the customers. And among them, I would like to introduce some of the system integration in the call center and the contact centers. And last year, we have created AMSYS Omnis. This is to recognize the voices of the telephone conversation in the contact center and transform it into text so that we can make the contact center operation more efficient. Thank you very much. Then I would like you to talk about two things. First one, why you started this business, and the second one is why you selected Google Cloud to support your product. All right, let me introduce myself just a little bit. I once worked at the contact center, operation center for about 2 years. So based on my experience, I really understand that the customer's voice are very important assets for a company. To make use of that asset, we can create a great the added value for the contact centers. However, the recording system at the time was very simple. What you can do is just record a whole voice and just have to listen from the beginning to the end. That was very simple, primitive systems. And even though we had the very early stage of the voice recognition system, but it was not really realistic to use it in the working condition. So now Marubeni Information System is not using that contact system, but also providing the solution for the contact system. And we came up with a business called Omnis. The contact centers are suffering from shortage of laborers, and it's so urgent. They have to make it more efficient. So administrators have to check the record, and sometimes they have to create a text record after ending the conversation. But if we can introduce this system so that all the voices can be automatically texturized, then that is going to be some of the support for supplementing the shortage of laborers. We know that recognition accuracy, especially for Japanese language on premise, was very difficult. So we decided to do just the recording itself is done on premise, but the voice recognition can be done in the GCP, in the cloud. So this is a hybrid system. As a result of that, it brought about great benefit in Omnis. First of all, the accuracy level became very high. The cloud speech-to-text API of GCP's recognition accuracy is so high that we don't even have to do the tuning for the recognition engine, just to use it as it is. And also, as for cost, GCP is a cloud services, so it is pay-as-you-go system. So that the initial cost is not nothing. The customer can use it very casually in that sense. The third one, I think this is very critical, but the security of the GCP is very high. This was one of the reasons that we selected. The conversation contains lots of privacy. Many of our customers are in financial service areas, which means they're very much concerned about the privacy of the customers. So one of the reasons that I selected GCP was the high level of securities. the GCP also handles over 120 different languages and dialects. Towards 2020, the contact center operator must handle inbound tourists too. Even though we are suffering from the shortage of laborers, we really have to recognize the foreigners' voices, which means that GCP's benefit is again became much more stronger here. And also, not just recognizing the foreign language, but also by translation ABI of GCI can translate Japanese so that the operator can give the most appropriate answers according to the FAQ lists. So in the variety of field, with the changes of the world, we really have to transform our businesses. And we are under Marubeni, the trading houses, and that's why we came up with Omnis in a very agile manner. To realize this, GCP was very appropriate technology for us. So lastly, two more questions. Omnis already started being used in Japan, and maybe you could talk a little bit about the future and your expectation for Google Cloud.
銀行さんをはじめ多くのお客様にすでにオムニスの利用が始まっております。それによって見える形で
deploying Omnis. And by doing so, we are seeing tangible results, such as Japanese Yokohama Bank introducing them. Of course, for the domestic implementation, but some of the Google's global development based on the GCP technology. To that very fact, we're hoping that the business model we're about to succeed in Japan will be rolled out to the world. So this is something that we also would like to consider going forward. At the same time, utilizing identified information, utilizing various AI, some of the insights that have been attained also could be expanded as part of a extended service. So with that being said, in expanding GCP with the service enhancement from Google is what we're expecting. Currently, Omnis, in terms of the customer-specific environment, such as call recording, is done by on-premise, and voice recognition engines done by cloud GCP. So it's a hybrid system. So it's a optimum combination of cloud and on-premise in order to fulfill the customer's requirement. So that is our role at Marubeni Information Systems. So many of the customers around the world, to the issue that they confront, offering solutions are being extended by Google Cloud. And I hope that the Google Cloud and service will further evolve going down the road. Well, Watanabe-san, thank you very much for a wonderful speech.
So thank you, Watanabe-san. As Diane said this morning, security is a big challenge for companies. And so it was really exciting to hear from Watanabe-san how they've leveraged the GCP security features to really attract the confidence of financial institutions. And by the same token, solving their contact center resourcing challenge. Now, our last customer is a company called Plaid. It's a 7-year-old technology company whose mission is to maximize human value through data. That's pretty staggering. Now, working with GCP, Plaid has basically analyzed 2.2 billion of transactions among Japanese companies, helping them identify ways to improve customer awareness and answering questions like, who came to my site? What type of products have they looked at? And are we delivering the best service to them? So it's my great honor to invite on stage Kenta Kurahashi, who's the co-founder and CEO of Plaid, so that he shares with us everything about his deepening relationship with Google Cloud.
Well, The last customer on stage, CX Platform, the name of a product. It's a new digital marketing platform. It's called a product called Kalte. It's being offered by Mr. Kurahashi from Plate. So thank you very much for coming today. Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. So first of all, in terms of the service that you offer, Kalte, can you briefly describe about this service? How is Kalte offering value in this world? And also the other dimension is that Kalte, the needs that are being expected out of Kalte. What are some of the open issues? Can you talk on this notion, please? Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. Well, Kalte, to briefly describe, there are two characteristics for Kalte. One is that on your website, is users. Each one of the users utilize your application will be able to visualize them on a real-time basis. The other is that based on each user's, the content, the message could be on a real-time basis, could be personalized as fulfilling the wishes that you have. So it's a user perspective, not an enterprise perspective, in order to offer a customer experience that is embedded within the customer's line of sight. So why Kalte is needed? In terms of growth of the internet business and the transformation, this is the backdrop of why Kalte are being needed. One is that on the internet, there are multiple options of choice for consumer on internet. At the same time, the information and the product about the have been diversified and distributed. And the third is the smartphone distribution. So the touch point with the users and enterprises has been minimized in terms of the time frame that they have as a touch point. So these changes while occurring for the companies in the past. There are only environment that could only reflect the past as hindsight and also looking at the site in itself. There's no way to bring insight of the users, who's here and what they are doing. Without knowing them, they have to run the business. As a result of that, the user needs and the service, there are a big gap or discrepancy in between them. And as you can see, Kalte, it has been 3.5 years since its first release, and it has been implemented in various services. And from there are a lot of scenes and dimension how this is being utilized, like e-commerce customers, for instance, website and application. The user behavior could be analyzed cross-functionally. So there will be a promotion of the cross-use, and also banks and brokerage houses. The actual user behavior could be well grasped in order to offer customer support. And at the same time, maybe in terms of a people staffing company, there are questionnaires, and based on the questionnaire on real-time basis on the web, there will be some new proposal, personal, of course, proposal that need to be, it could be catered towards the individual personality. So people being visualized, the breadth and width of marketing it would expand and scale. So the users and also the activities could be real-time, grasped visually. So in internet, is a productive way of how it could be monetized through internet. So the sales, in terms of PV, the past numbers, looking at them and running the business is a hindsight. But looking at the current customer in running the business, so in terms of the real world that did not exist in the world of internet is now about to be solved. Well, thank you very much. So thirdly, you have been not only looking into the user behavior, but emotion as well. Trying to visualize in real time is hard to do. So there may be a lot of infrastructure that you are working on in order to support the service. So why did you have selected GCP in supporting your infrastructure? Well, as you have just seen, well, the company utilizing Kalte is very much diversified. So massive amount of data needs to be analyzed on our part. So therefore, there are 20,000, 30,000 events that we have been working on in few seconds, or maybe 1 billion events that has been analyzed on a day-to-day basis. So because of the service, the massive amount of data at a real-time basis, we had to lead that up to the customer experience. So analytics and action that needs to be taken in both sides. You have to be optimum infrastructure, and that was GCP for us. So the massive amount of data in analyzing on a real-time basis, and realizing this, we at Kalte, we have utilized BigQuery and Bigtable, and also some of the other GCP services in a full range have been fully utilized. Well, Google, there are a lot of different services, and we have been able to utilize the same infrastructure as with Google is a very big advantage. Without GCP, I don't think we have ever been able to offer this service to the public. And at the same time, because of the well-sophisticated infrastructure environment, in terms of what we need to do, we need to be simple. In terms of what we need to do, what we have to do, we were able to focus on the real important area. That really is a supportive momentum of how we have supported the growth of Kalte over the years. With the business growth, this is something that we should never forget. The infrastructure cost, the top line is growing quite smoothly, but the growth compared to that, the cost increase is below 30%. So this is against the absolute performance that are being driven out of GCP as well. So one more thing that I would like you to allude to is that for your business development and what are you expecting out of Google Cloud, can you share your insights, please? Yes, first of all, what we are doing today, in the near future, that is, if you implement Kalte, the strong infrastructure power GCP could be utilized on your business starting from tomorrow. So this, I think, is a very important fact. And at the same time, this in your business, to your customer experience and also the monetization improvement, also we'll be able to improve and contribute to that end as well. So we would like to expand on this opportunity together. And at the same time, for that very sake, the technical aspect, the business aspect, both, we would like to accelerate the partnership with Google. And furthermore, the global platform, the GCP, the potential that it withholds, we would like to fully leverage them so that our business, the Kalte, the global rollout, as an important partner of ours for our mission, we would like to establish an even stronger relationship with Google. Well, Karahashi-san, thank you very much for a wonderful talk. Thank you.
So thank you, Karahashi-san. Thank you again for trusting Google Cloud Platform to power your business. I hope you'll admit that these were amazing customer stories. I hope many more to come in Japan. So this concludes the customer session. And basically, I'd like to hand it over to Abe-san, our managing director for the Google Cloud business in Japan over at the Tokyo Prince Hotel. Thank you.
Hi, Paul, ありがとうございます。Thank you, Paul. かなり押しておりますけれど、私に。
Thank you very much, Paul. Now, our partners are very vital in order to deliver Google Cloud technology widely as possible throughout the market. Moreover, the kind of key events could only be realized through support of many. This year, 44 Google Cloud partners have cooperated to sponsor Next in Tokyo. And among them, we will introduce 6 diamond sponsors. And first of all, the SoftBank. So, first of all, I'd like to introduce the SoftBank. The SoftBank is currently holding a total of 1.5 million G Suite customers. And also, we'd like to introduce IDC Frontier, who is now a group company of them onboarded as a GCP MSS partner. So SoftBank will expand the GCP, will manage the service, and also they will build in GCP to their IoT and AI services. Then we have NTT Communications, who has been proactively cooperating with us since our announcement to hold futuristic partnership at the last Next event. NTT Communications has commissioned to the formulation of FY 2018 using APG in the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry Digital Platform Establishment business. They are also promoting business in public and utility by using Dialogflow, Firebase, and APG for delivery system of social infrastructure enterprise. Now we have Google 8, whom I call them cloud integrator, Cloud Ace. They are the partner who are greatly committed to Google Cloud, developing applications as they leverage the enterprise mobile power. Cloud Ace has #1 qualified GCP staff in Japan. They also promote Cloud Ace partners. Their unique partner system that adds value to GCP and is participated by over 80 companies. Topgate is also a partner supporting GCP's development in the market as a cloud integrator. Now, in particular, they are contributing to popularize and give awareness to GCP and has provided GCP training towards 3,600 people in total. And also, they formulated Olive to manage flight information for ANA, which they are satisfied by the performance and the speed of development that fully use GCP strengths. Next, we have Cisco, who is a global technical alliance partner. We have announced partnership with Cisco last October, and we are working on seamless integration of on-premise data center and also Google Cloud and realization of application development operation environment. And we have announced the collaboration of a hybrid cloud management tools such as Cisco HyperFlex and also Kubernetes and Instio.
Again, Global Technical Alliance partner, Salesforce. With Salesforce, last November, we have been able to announce a partnership. And Salesforce Global User Foundation and Core Service Foundation also, they have decided to utilize GCP for these use. And at the moment, Salesforce Lightning, Quip, and G Suite, alliance of these technologies, we were able to align our service in various dimensions. And Salesforce, Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Google Analytics 360 also have been aligned together, and this is already have been utilized by a customer. So these 6 companies, but as Paul said in his session, the users service have been offered by many enterprises utilizing GCP. They have been able to come up on the stage. So we're ISVs, there are also service partners and technology partners. We were able to work together in a broad and deep way in establishing the partner ecosystem. So for many customers, more simply, Google Cloud could be well utilized. Through this event, with the collaboration of many of our partners, we have 35 sponsor sessions and 44 sponsor booths. So please do stop by. So now, Prince Park Tower, Keynote room, I would like to call upon Ms. Diane Green. Diane.
Thank you, Abe-san, and I hope you've all enjoyed our keynotes this morning. We're so appreciative of our customers and partners that have also spent time with us. It was personally such an honor to interview Yanni-san, who gave us his advice and philosophy around boldly building a company and experimenting, and around moving fast and embracing technology, particularly in his case, AI and robotics. And then finally, using the cultures that he has and the Japanese team spirit to work well together all over the world with all companies. And we're really glad to be working with Fast Retailing, that they've adopted G Suite, and then we're working together with the ASL on the data analytics and AI. And then we also heard from Shigemoto Fujikura, the Chief Technology Officer of Sansen. And we're really thrilled that they are using us for the Google Vision API and revolutionizing their contact management. And then to hear from Ryoichi Watanabe, the President and CEO of Marubeni Information Systems, and how they're using speech-to-text API and BigQuery to create their voice conversion service. And then finally, we heard from Kenta Hirarashi, co-founder and CEO of Plaid, and their mission and fast-growing company where they are taking advantage of data to do real-time customer analysis. So we're here, Google's organizing the world's information. Google Cloud is working with all of you to organize your information, to use analytics, to use AI, to do it securely, to do it according to regulations and compliance, and to help your businesses transform, your culture transform. We're so thankful for all the time here today, and we hope that you have a great rest of conference. I hope that you take advantage of all the Googlers here and all the sessions to learn. And we hope we can serve you even more in the course of the next year. I hope to see you out on the floor. I'm about to go tour. And until next year, thank you very much.